Sabri Suby joins me now in the studio.
I really look at business as an incredible vehicle to really make good and make change in the world.
Let me just clarify something. When people are like, oh, does this strategy work for B2B or does it work to B2C? They're both identically the same because you're still selling to a human being. Like, who's reading that copy? Is it a B2B? No, it's a human. Like, that has problems and concerns and still makes those things. Like, we sell B2B, yet I use emotional story-based copy. It's because I'm selling to an individual who's making that decision, right? So it doesn't matter if it's B2B or B2C. Don't let people fool you and say that there's any difference in the two. You're selling to a human being. You're not selling to somebody that's different. So that's the very first thing. So what are we selling here? So we're selling a gym franchise, are we? To work independently away from big bosses breathing down their necks every day. To have a job where they see the benefit in what they are doing, not only financially, but in their clients. Owning their own business will give them the freedom and their families freedom to enjoy life and work. Stage of awareness, problem aware, they know that they want to start something bigger and better, but they are not 100% sure owning a gym is for them. Target 30 to 55-year-old males. Yeah, perfect. Boom, let's rock and roll. So first of all, the target market's not going to be a 30-year-old, even though that's what the client's telling you. How much does a gym franchise cost to buy?
It's about $500,000.
There you go. There's not many 30-year-olds that have $500,000 hanging around or even have access to those loans, right? So this is somebody probably in their late 40s, early 50s, has had a corporate career, has been saving up cash. They've been in a high-powered position. They have been a slave to their calendar and weekly commutes, and they are sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they want to make a change, and they've always dreamed about owning their own business and being their own boss and being, the steerer of their destiny, and they are at a stage right now where they're willing to pull the trigger. And when I say pull the trigger, I mean pull the trigger on starting up a business and taking the plunge. They've been thinking about it for probably 10 years, but they've never got enough courage to actually do it, right? And that's who you're speaking to. You're speaking to Joshua, who's 42 years old. He earns 133 grand a year. He wears khaki pants and a button-up top. He has 3 children. That's the guy that you're speaking to, so that's who you speak to. Like, you're not selling to a business. You're selling to somebody that is going to be getting a line of credit, that is going to be putting their nest egg into this business. They are at a certain point in their business, in their life, they have certain frustrations, they have certain dreams and aspirations, and that's what it is that I'm talking to. Mm-hmm. And when you do that, it's like literally I get emails every single day from people that tell me that it feels like I wrote that email to them when I write those emails. Mm-hmm. And that's because that I write in a way that's polarizing and it's very, very specific, but I only write to one person, mm-hmm. right? And that's the way that you've got to write the copy. Even though that you're on a mass marketing advertising channel, you still have to write to one person, because for this ad, right, you're going to be getting, let's just say, 100,000 impressions on your ad. You only need one person to buy in order for this to be a ridiculously good investment for the client.
Yeah.
So rather than trying to speak to everybody, which is the quickest way to become invisible, you just want to speak to that one guy or girl that you're trying to get. Mm-hmm. And make sure that everything from the ad to everything is completely congruent with exactly that person and where they are at. And that's how your cost per lead will just go through the floor and the ad will pull its head off. So yeah, don't let anyone tell you that it's business in B2B. It's a different with B2B or B2C. It's not. Yeah. The stakes are just higher because you're going for bigger money. So the copy needs to be even stronger.
I have a quick question. When you talk about the target market and how the target market that we've used is too broad, if we refine it, say to 10 years as opposed to a 30-year bracket,
yep.
Do you think that we should target the 10-year on Facebook?
What's the budget?
Budget for this one's only 3K.
Would you, like, I would target the 30 age bracket, but I would write to that 48-year-old that I spoke about, and then I would let my cost per lead dictate who it is. So it's not just like to do with like the targeting. Like, for instance, like, you know, with our targeting for like our book in King Kong, we're not just targeting like 1 year, even though that's the target market of my guy, right? We're targeting, but I'm still speaking to that one person. I'm not trying to speak to a 25-year-old and a 45-year-old, because the language and everything that they do is completely different. But I'd keep the targeting broad, but I would really get in the shoes of that one person.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. We're dropping a video like this almost every single day on YouTube. And if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments box below with hashtag HeySabri, and I'll do my best to get in there and get that answered.